Okay, if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome to the video. If you're on the stream, well then you're very fucking early because no one ever arrives right when I start, which is pretty normal. But for reference today, we're going to go through and play. What are we going to play today? Blood and Rune. That's what I put on my thingy, so that's where we're going to start. We'll start with... we'll play some Blood. I've been playing plenty of Rune lately, so we'll just play some Blood and see how we go. What can go wrong, honestly? Stream's gonna be pretty laid back. Nothing too insane today. I'm sorry I haven't had a stream out earlier. It's just been a busy week. Been into town a couple days this week, which has kept me pretty busy.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
And then my partner wanted me to play a few games with her. That's why she hasn't been working, but we'll run the stream today. We may or may not do one tomorrow, so don't hold me to that. I haven't got anything set in stone yet for tomorrow. But if I do one tomorrow, it'll be at a similar time. Probably won't have one Monday because I've got plans, but not so bad. Hello. Okay. Oh well, there's a misplay. My mistake. Gonna hold me to it, that's good. Okay. I'm not sure, it just depends on how time goes on whether I will be able to do one tomorrow. I should, at this stage, have time. Just depends on what pops up. Life can be a pain sometimes.
You were done for.
I see, awake man.
Thanks. I've been trying to do more with it lately. More kind of deck spotlights and things like that compared to what I started with. But now I'm out of cards that I can make new decks with, which makes it hard. I don't like this at all. I think we've got a Goblin Mage. I hate dealing with the banishment card. Such an annoying card. But yeah, I hope to do more deck spotlights. I'd love to do a forest and dragon one, but I just don't have the cards. And spending money on this game is not really worth it when it comes to packs. Packs for crystals. It's alright if you do them daily. You buy 100 odd plus crystals or whatever, and then you just buy 50. Buy the 50 cost pack every day, but on the long run it's just not viable. Oh jeez, this is bad, but
It's me, Vania.
I don't think I'm the best way to go about this.
Go Bloodkin! Go Bloodkin!
If I evolve that, and I lose my Vania. Oh jeez.
War is such sorrow.
Alright, this way hopefully we'll get to keep Vania. But
You just think you beat me.
for me it's just been insane though. Going from, you know, being sub 100 views last week to, well, sub 100 subscribers and now up over it pretty quickly. Well. We'll go with the Influencer. And I can combo the Nighthawk Blood Wolf a little better.
That was fun!
Okay. That's not great, but... Haven is probably one of my worst matchups. Just because there's so many variations of Haven. Hard to predict which one's going to be the most common. And they're a really hard counter to aggro. Especially for blood. Where you burn out cards pretty quickly.
Let me show you something.
Like right now with the situation I'm in, I'd say my chance of winning is somewhere around 40%. Just because of the healing that they can do.
Let us conclude. I'm strong because I'm good.
Okay. This won't be too bad. Can't fair put Rune countdown. Is it worth killing it or is it worth leaving it?
I like it.
Well, I've made the mistake of not trading before, so trading now is probably a good option. This is well. Depending, dude, this is weird. Not very often I see Seraph and Elena's prayer in the same deck. At least not recently. But by the looks of it, they've got the combo pieces to end the game.
And so our prayers become victory.
Yep, all the pieces they needed.
Your strength is formidable.
That's the one reason I hate playing against Haven. Well, with Blood. With Tempo Rune, it's actually not too bad to play against Haven. You can usually outplay them pretty easily, unless they have a crazy board clear every turn. I would throw out Tempo Rune. "100% neutral deck?" Yeah, it is actually viable. When this expansion just come out, there was quite a few... Well, not quite a few. There was one standard neutral deck that you could run on any class that was actually quite good. I can't remember exactly what it was, because I didn't really look into it. But I saw a few Facebook pages and stuff using it. So it is viable. I don't know how competitively viable it would be though.
Prepare for
If you're in the lower rankings, probably below A, it could probably do alright. But since I haven't played it, it makes it hard for me to judge exactly how good it would be. Especially since I hardly ever saw deck lists either. I saw a couple, but they weren't... I can't remember exactly what was in them.
Blood and pain awaken me.
The main focus of it was the neutral boost card that came with the new expansion. That made the deck quite good. Got Time Worn Mage, which is perfect. So that'll come out turn 4. All we need now is to draw into Piercing Rune, and we'll have a pretty overpowered combination. Okay. Force them to deal more damage to themselves. And then, depending on our next draw, probably play Insight.
Blood and pain awaken me.
Unbelievable!
What do we got here? Now I've got to toss up between playing Insight or... I think Insight's better because I can pull off the Witch then at the same time. Yeah, that's actually not too bad. Definitely better off playing Insight.
This time, maybe.
Throwing Kaleidoscope was too good. The only problem we're going to have now is we don't have Piercing Rune, which means Time Worn Mage's combo isn't going to be anywhere near as strong. But we have forced them to deal 6 damage to themselves. That can end it quite well for us. Well, we'll see how we
Just
go.
a mage who's as old as
You're
dirt.
done for.
May not have the piercing rune combo, but
It's just like back there.
this will definitely still work.
You just think you
Bit of
beat.
piercing rune,
How about this spell?
roll the board.
My blood is spilled.
We've got all 3 flame destroyers and an arcane scholar.
It's
What a
me,
combination that is.
Let the deadly show
That will
begin.
drop everything by 2, gaining an advantage of 8.
You will soon learn.
The only problem now is, will I die before my board can actually do anything?
One little failure's nothing. Unbelievable.
Trying to work out the best way to trade here. I think Scholar,
It's knowledge I seek.
that will drop it to 0. We kill off Fania.
You just think you beat me.
Atone with your lifeblood.
What do I die to here?
It won't be long now.
Probably
You can
nothing.
teach me engulfing flames.
I don't think if there's anything I actually die to.
Ready?
My blood is spilled.
The only thing I would have died to if I hadn't have evolved would have been Implancer. That would have done 5 with the evolve. What else? I can't think of anything else off the top of my head, unless it's like some insane double spell combo. But there's plenty of combos to die, but the one card that would kill me would be Implancer quite easily.
Shed tears
We'll just
of
have to wait and
joy,
see.
I've arrived.
Got me feeling hungry. Weakness
So what's
the
that?
power.
5 damage to my face, along with the summon, makes it hard for me to clear.
No! No!
Alright, I don't see myself winning this game, just because I'm not going to be able to counter most of this stuff.
It's knowledge I seek.
I can fill up the board, which would work quite well.
Atone with your lifeblood. Let's thin them out.
Trade here,
Me? Really?
trade over there,
Engulfing flames.
there.
Let's thin them out.
And just to keep the board a little even, so it's not easy to clear
You can teach me
everything.
engulfing flames.
Okay, so my only hope is they don't draw anything that can storm me or anything that can actually deal damage straight to my face.
powerless.
Not too bad. Alright. I can clear off. Actually, I just win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Engulfing
I was trying to think of ways that
Thin them out. Your
could have cleared the
strength
board,
is
but
formidable.
we had plenty there to deal damage. Very close game. I suppose this is why Aggro Blood and Tempo Rune are both classed as tier 1, because they have a very close matchup. Their win rates are very similar, I believe, from what I looked at. But Tempo Rune probably has a little bit of an advantage. Hopefully we can get some more people in here. I think the most I ever had in here was like 2 people. Kind of sad on my part, I guess. I just don't stream as often as I'd like to. Getting a video out every day isn't so bad, especially since most of them I'll do, 2 at a time, so I've got a couple days so I can have a day break and look into
I guess
decks
you're
and
looking for a fight.
live life, but
Let's see you in action.
streaming is a bit harder because I wanted to do it every day. It can become a pain. I don't like any of these. Do I want to keep the Daria? If I keep the Daria, I have to drop the other 2. And that was shocking. Damn it. Worst thing I could have drew on was another Daria. We got Sorcery Cake. Got the Witch. Not much I can really do. I'm going to have to drop Daria as low as possible, play it as early as possible, and recycle my whole hand. I think that's the only decent chance I've got. That will drop to 6. Probably at best play it at turn 5. Not good. Not good at all. That's not too bad. At least I can drop Daria back down by another 3. By at least one of the extra witches. Or I'll play both of the witches and drop Daria a shit ton. That's probably better.
It'll work this time, maybe. It'll work this time, maybe.
Alright. This way, I can basically play Daria for free. Hopefully I don't draw anything that I actually need.
One little failure's nothing. One little failure's nothing.
Okay. I don't think that's a big deal. So we'll just play Daria for nothing.
This magic will help.
With a bang and a boom.
Then we'll have 3 play points to work with. Not too bad. Also got a great combo in Time Worn Mage, a Piercing Rune. I think that was probably one of the better Darias I could have got. Outside of getting a Ogler, which probably would have been better than drawing into the either one of those. Yeah, I've tried making a YouTube video before saying I was streaming. I have got one. I could just upload that again. I did keep it as a backup, but I don't know. The only other problem is uploading it now. I'd have to probably stop the stream just so it doesn't drop the stream right out. Australia's internet certainly isn't the best. Not the worst either, but compared to the US, it's pretty shocking.
One little failure's nothing.
Yeah, but then again, it's not so bad when you can kind of be one-on-one with viewers. So having a smaller stream isn't so bad. It's just one of those things where I've got to toss up between which is better. That's... Definitely go Time Worn.
Who's as old as
You're
dirt.
done for.
Be good to draw the stuff
It's
off this.
just like back in the old days.
I was thinking of playing the Flame Destroyer,
I'll blow you to bits.
but due to them maybe playing Daria, I'll keep it. Yeah, that is also a big issue. It's hard to arrange streaming times when you're on the other side of the world compared to most English-speaking
It won't be long
countries.
now. A revelation.
Well, the highest population, especially when it comes to my videos. Although, a lot of gamers stay up quite late anyway. I know I myself stay up till nearly 2 AM most days at least. So, you never know. Plus, I mostly do these streams for fun. People rock up, they rock up. It's not really a big deal to me. Plus, they're always uploaded to YouTube
Yeah, right.
for people to check out. What else is on here? I'll see if I can find a link to a neutral deck, but I don't think I can find one easily. Especially considering finding a neutral deck right after the expansion can be a pain. There's not many good deck sites around. I think we go all in. What's that?
It
It won't be long
for
now.
Whoa! There!
Unbelievable!
yeah, that'll do it. Set myself up for a blade mage lethal.
Unbelievable!
Hmm. I don't think there's much they can actually do that will win them the game now. Blade Mage pretty much kills them instantly. I can't think of anything that will defend them, and that's about it. Mind you, they're playing Earthright, which I don't know if they are or not.
It'll work this time, maybe.
Highly doubt it though, because I would have seen something by
It'll
now.
work this time, maybe.
I'm through.
There we go.
I've prevailed again.
Tempo is definitely a strong deck now.
I guess you're looking for a fight. Mother, father,
Okay.
come on!
We'll keep the Kaleidoscope. It's a good filter and can knock out a few things against Shadow. Drawing Time Mage and going second, so pretty ideal situation. Now we've just got to draw cards that can go with these. And Insight's a perfect thing to get off that. We've got a nice curve.
Gotta see me dance!
We can get Piercing Rune off one of these draws somewhere. Maybe even Daria. Aggro SwordCraft isn't bad, that's for sure. It's definitely good. What rank are you at though? That's the next important fact for that though. If I use source. When I started, that's what I started running aggro sword, but eventually I just found it couldn't keep up. B0, yeah. Not too bad a spot to be.
No!
I definitely found once you get to
Destiny
around
calls.
A, it really starts to pick up, and from what I've heard, AA picks up again to a lot harder.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done for.
It's just like back in the old days.
We'll just have to see how things go here. I think comboing.
Maybe, just maybe,
I
this
think this
magic
will work
will
out
help.
for me.
Atone with your lifeblood. Let's thin them out.
Trade. Alright, yeah.
Hey, that hurts!
Geez, not bad considering you started Monday. God.
I'm all tuckered out.
Not bad at all.
Do it
considering that.
after all.
Jeez. Good combo, just not enough draw. I think we just go all draw here. Perfect. And we've got 2 time 1 mages, so we get 2 evolves of those. The Piercing Rune is a great combo card. That should work quite well. I just don't want to play them yet. Gonna run into problems. We'll get these for as cheap as possible.
It's knowledge I seek.
Atone with your
It'll
lifeblood.
work this time, maybe.
Alright, now even board clears aren't too big a worry.
Judgment for heretics like you. I can handle the likes of you.
Alright, I can kill that with
Interesting.
Piercing Rune and Time Ward's ability. But then again, they'll gain advantage off that, so I think we just clear it.
Well,
Time to head home.
one little failure's nothing.
I'm taking you with me.
I'm just a mage who's as old as
It
dirt.
won't be long
Normally
now.
I would have used Time Worn Mage and cleared it. The only
It's
problem
just
is
like
it would have
back in the
gained
old days.
a lot of health off that, which I don't want to happen, so doesn't really matter what I do here. I've got the extra evolve, combo off with the Time Wand again. I've got Piercing Rune as a backup, Daria if I'm in a tight spot. I'm just trying to think. I think the one thing that's going to be bad is Nep. Nep will probably heal them and clear my board. Not that I can't come back, it's just going to be more difficult to...
Judgment for
Like it.
heretics like you.
Alright. So, I'm going to lose the 7/7 no matter what.
I'm taking you with me.
There.
You're mean.
I think we just
I'm
go
just
for
a
more
mage
Time Ward.
who's as old as dirt.
This ends here.
Try to empty our hand.
It's just like back in the old days.
Your statistics, it's hard to explain. Well, not hard, it's just I've got to think of exactly where it is.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
When you're in the main menu, right at the end, there's the more section, and there should be a little like grid with a bunch of wings in it. You can click on each class at the bottom of it. I can show you after this game. Yeah, Time Worn Mage is
Ringing.
the one problem everyone seems to have with this
Do it
deck,
after all.
and it does really make this deck quite powerful. You combo Time Worn Mage with Piercing Rune, and for what, four play points, you can kill pretty much anything. You can do a full board clear.
Oh, ow.
We'll just play that. And this is not good. I think if I go with Piercing Rune, I should be left with enough play points to actually win it. So all I need to draw is
With a bang and a boom.
one blade, which I don't know if I've got left. Hopefully I do. This isn't the worst hand, that's for sure. I think we play Insight, try and draw into nothing.
It'll work this
Alright.
time, maybe.
This is going to be pushing it. So they need to either clear my board a little bit. Well, they can't leave anything on board because I'll win. That's pretty straightforward.
May all life prosper and be blessed.
Oh,
I lost.
Glory.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, right.
Well, this just made this a little harder too, damn it.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will
I
help.
think my option is to fill the board here.
It's knowledge I seek.
I can't kill anything.
How about this drill? Mean.
Alright. Good way to beat Bahamut though. The only problem is usually back-to-back Bahamuts. You can run 3 of something like that. Once you reach turn 10, you can just clear and clear and clear.
Time to go a little wild.
Okay. trying to think on whether that will actually kill me, and I don't think it will. Bahamut can't hit me as long as I have at least three things, or at least two things, two on board. Yeah, two or more enemies. So
Sorry, gotta go.
as long as I've got that, they shouldn't easily be able to get past it. Okay. This way they at least survive.
Glory.
Need one. I can't even play Kaleidoscope. That makes it
How about this
Engulfing
now?
flames! It's knowledge I seek.
I've got to keep pressuring. D rank. Jeez.
How interesting.
You've gotta see me dance.
I suppose no matter what rank you are though, you will see some interesting players and cards come out. The only problem is once you get higher, you don't see a lot of
For you.
randomly thrown together decks.
There's nothing.
I don't think there's anything that can actually push me over now.
Engulfing flames!
This fate is unjust.
It's going to be very hard for me to come back from this now. I think... Wait, have I used all my Darias? No, I know I've got rid of that first one. Pretty sure I have one Daria left. Maybe.
Make haste, Sleipnir. The battlefield's
Odin.
ours.
You've gotta see me dance.
That's going to be a full board clear. Yeah.
It'll work this time, maybe.
There's no chance of me
through.
coming back. I have nothing that can deal 5 damage. They're going to heal next turn up to 7. I wouldn't have been able to pull anything else that really would have pushed me forward. I've used most of my damage. They stalled me out just way too long. Do that first. Cry game's definitely a generous. That really was what made me keep playing this game. Having so many options right at the start really helps. I pretty much dropped Hearthstone and only do really like tavern brawls now, purely because it's just not worth it in the long run. Okay. Statistics are under profile. I haven't even looked at mine for a while, so it'll be interesting to see. So they're all your wins. Yes. I don't think they tell you losses anywhere. That's the only thing I don't like. If they added a loss counter as well, and you could have like a percentage, that'd be pretty helpful. My best deck has been Blood, because that's pretty much what I started with. I got like 50 wins with Sword, and then switched to Blood, and just played that forever. And the only decks I've rarely ever used, mainly was Dragon and Forest, because I just don't have the cards to use them. But eventually I'll have all the cards. What have I got in here? Not much that I'm not already using, that's for sure. Aggro Dragoncraft is pretty good. I've come up against a few of them now. And yeah, Blood and Sword are definitely the most friendly decks when it comes to beginners. I think it's just, yeah, they're easy to play. Nearly all the cards you need are either bronze or silver. There's not really any golds, and they give you nearly all of them through the basic set, which you just get for beating the AI. That's pretty easy, isn't it?
You must die.
Dark Dragonfly. Oh. He is a pretty good looking character, that's for sure. I still prefer Vampy, I just haven't got her.
Got me feeling hungry.
haven't been able to justify spending the 500 gold on her instead of packs. But I think that's what I'm going to go for next. Instead of buying packs, I'll save up my daily gold. We'll keep Mania.
You've gotta see me dance.
Alright. I don't like using Razor Claw like this, but I think I'll get more damage out of these gnomes than I will out of a Razor Claw. And I've got 2 of them already, so... No, I haven't watched the anime. I've been meaning to, but my anime list is already, what, 7 animes just for this season, and then whatever else I'm watching in between. So I just haven't got round to doing it. It is on my list of things to watch. Gotta find the time. I want to go Vania Bloodkin. Only worry I've got is that I can't evolve Vania yet, so I think we'll put it off till next turn. I think I'll be alright. Right, nearly everything is on Cheer anime and places like that anyway, so they're not hard to find. But I'm pretty sure Rage of Bahamut is actually started as a mobile game in Japan, and then it turned into the anime, and then the anime got a card adaptation, similar to how World of Warcraft was adapted into Hearthstone. From what I've read and tried to look for, the Rage of Bahamut used to be an English version as well, but it didn't do very well and then was gone. They pretty much discontinued it.
It's me, Vania.
At least that's what I was looking at.
Bloodkin.
Okay. Evolving Vania isn't worth it here. I think we'll just trade.
We're together forever.
Alright, we should do okay. We got 6 damage just off these. Also a board clear, so that's pretty good.
You've gotta see me dance.
It's not going to give them any healing.
Leave this to me.
It won't be long.
I'm definitely
now.
going to watch it at some point. I also want to watch Chaos Head, mainly because I just started watching Chaos Child, which is the afterthought, but from what I've read, Chaos Head wasn't a very good storyline. Not for the adaptation. Vania isn't really worth it. Demonic Storm clears, but is that worth it either? Probably. What a hard decision to make. I think I take the chance and clear. For this one, I'm pretty sure it's 1 Demonic Storm. I could probably tech in a second one if I needed it. But I'm pretty sure I've only got 1 in this one. Alright, this will work well.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme.
Oh, what's that? Guarantee 4 damage if I use it that way. Or do I just use Vania, guarantee myself 1 damage? I'm gonna summon 2 knights. Better than getting killed though.
It's me, Vania.
Witness the power.
Now you made me angry. Go, Bloodkin.
Wouldn't.
Others
Thinking about it this way, I think this is better.
Yummy.
Ah!
Trying to decide what the best play is with those sort of cards can be quite difficult. Especially when they're going to drop double 1s out of that. So close to being dead, it won't take much for them to actually kill me.
It all ends here.
save you all!
The power of purity.
So I do have that deck list for this somewhere on here.
Your strength is formidable.
Okay. Not much I could have done against that combination. We'll get going though. Blood's pretty good. I have got a PayPal. The only reason I don't accept donations through PayPal is because of chargeback issues that you can have. I have a Patreon which you can donate a single amount to, where you don't have to have a reoccurring donation, which will accept PayPal and other options. It's just a safer way for me to accept donations other than
Prepare for defeat.
Yeah, let me warm up
than
for a
any other way.
spell.
And okay, but yeah. So I originally did have a PayPal set up, but then after seeing how much trouble a lot of streamers go through, especially new streamers, it can be a pain when people charge back because you get charged fees for every single time someone will charge back an amount. So that's why I've decided to go the Patreon route, which has at least some protection on it, so you don't get charged. This actually isn't a half bad hand. The only other thing is though with Patreon, unfortunately you can't use donation pop-ups. Not that I've found anyway. But I don't stream enough to justify setting stuff up like that. It's only really there because I thought I may as well have something.
Blood and pain awaken. Massacre. Blood and pain
Well, I can do a lot of damage here.
Atone with your lifeblood.
It's actually not too bad. Nighthorde can clear a couple things. I can save the Razorry Claws to go for lethal.
My blood is spilled. My blood is spilled.
Okay. I think we'll go this.
Shed tears of joy, I've arrived.
You will soon learn.
I was going to use the Nighthorde, but I think I'll save it in case something bigger comes out.
Time to head home.
Those little failures, nothing.
Keep a good amount of trade.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
Here we go!
Thank you very much.
It's just like back in the old days.
First person to ever actually donate money to me at all. So, I'm trying to think of what I could do now.
Really?
Alright, I'll fix it up after the stream and I'll work out what I'll do with this. I'll probably put your name thingy for under a donation section. I'm just gotta work out what I'm gonna do with that now. Got 6 damage here, 1 damage here, and not as much damage there. So I think
Witness the power.
this is probably the worst way I could do this. Then we'll just leave it. Hope they trade. Oh.
Atone with your life.
I really can't thank you enough, like, considering I've hardly made anything over all that. Oh. No, well, I definitely want to do something. I'll definitely put something in the description somewhere of this. Do that. I feel bad if I didn't do at least something for the first person to ever donate to me. It's a great thing to have be recognized. That's, I don't know. It's just hard to explain. Don't know, I think evolving.
Let us conclude.
Been
Time to head home.
thrown off by that. The double razor claw is still good. I just don't know what I can do to drop his health anymore. Running out of options card wise. Oh.
Atone with your lifeblood.
You won't get past me that easy.
You'll be riddled with blades.
Jeez, our viewers gone up a little bit too. That's pretty good. And that guy just completely stomped me. So if I don't do anything, I'm still gonna die. Double razor claw will kill me. I don't think there's an option here. I think I might switch back to tempo rune. I definitely had better luck with it. Alright. Flip over to tempo rune. Yeah, feel free to introduce yourself if or whatever, anyone who's around. I don't mind answering questions and just generally chatting.
I guess you're looking for
Doesn't
a
have to be
fight.
just Shadowverse either.
Let's
I don't
see
mind
you
chatting
in
about
action.
pretty much anything related to gaming, computers, anything like that. Wow. Time Worn Mage, Piercing Rune. Pity I can't play them until turn 5 due to the evolve restriction. But not too bad. Double Time Worn. That's actually better. Alright, so I think we'll use this and drop it.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
Alright, so we can basically play the Witch for free. We can play one of these mages just for the tempo. Since I've got another one in hand, that can work pretty well. That way if I need to trade, I can trade pretty well and get 6 damage.
It's knowledge I seek.
Pretty good. Flame Destroy is going to be hard to play without dropping it enough. I can't really afford to play anything here, that sucks.
You'll all see.
Unbelievable! Unbelievable!
We'll go this way and force them to trade. They want to clear my stuff, they'll have to trade. If they evolve anything here, I can use Piercing Rune to kill off the evolve. That will work quite well.
Stay away from the
And Time Worn Mage can take out anything with 2 health.
I'm all tuckered out.
Couldn't do it after all.
Unbelievable!
Okay. Now, which way are they going to play? Are they going to hit the 2-3? Yeah.
One little failure's nothing.
That was a pretty predictable play. Piercing Rune was a little bit of a curveball, but nothing outside of my expectation.
I'm just a mage who's as old as dirt.
You're done for.
Maybe I don't have another
It's
Piercing
just
Rune.
like back in the old days. There.
Couldn't do it after
No!
all.
One little failure's nothing.
It's worth playing, that's
Just
the drop.
maybe, this magic will help.
Keep the Crimson Sorcery. Just a solid hit.
It won't be long now.
You can teach me nothing.
Looks like our other viewers didn't hang around. That tends to happen.
I'm all tuckered out.
Unbelievable!
But after seeing how my YouTube channel pretty much spiked
With a bang
and
a
getting
boom.
retweeted by Game AI was pretty nice. Hopefully, we'll be able to pull in some more viewers over the next couple weeks. And hopefully I can work out streaming times that fit a little bit better around the world.
No!
Oh, that Time Worn Mage. What a perfect spot to get that.
Who's as old as dirt.
It won't be long now.
It's just like back there.
Oh, I've only got 6 health. Probably should have kept an eye on that to start with. It means I have to trade everything. I was just going to push game, but I don't have enough.
How interesting.
I lost? Yeah, right.
Alright, that's something at least.
I'm just a mage who's as old as
This
dirt.
ends here.
It's just like back in the old days.
Alright, so that's probably going to kill me.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic will help.
Yeah. I think they had the slightly better hand getting that Daria out. That really helped them.
I'm all tuckered out.
It'll work this time, maybe.
Because now I've lost all the tempo. Oh, actually, that could actually pull me back into the game. I'll return this guy.
Atone with your lifeblood. Let's thin them out.
One little failure's nothing.
Alright, this will be interesting. I'm still in a really bad spot because
Impressive.
that was the exact thing I was worried about. Any kind of direct damage was gonna kill me, but that's an odd tech choice. I don't see demonic strike in many Daria decks, that's for sure. Jeez. Hopefully we can turn this losing streak around. I would play something else, but every time I play something else, I lose worse. A lot worse. I'll probably have to mark that section of video in the YouTube, in the description or something. Just be like the epic Rune versus Rune or something. And we'll see how we go with that actually. I don't know. I've been trying to come up with new ideas for content. I'd love to do like top 5 plays of the week or something and have people send in videos similar to Trollden and things like that. Drop everything. Nice. Here we're going first though. The only problem is getting enough people to send in videos constantly that you can produce that kind of content. It's hard to do that sort of thing on your own. And having permission to use the content is another big factor, so having people send it is the only real way you can get around that. Pretty safe to play nothing against Shadow. Especially when I can pull off this combination now with Kaleidoscope and these. So that was a 3. That sucks. Means I can't use Kaleidoscope on it, but we'll get around that.
It'll work this time, maybe.
I don't think it's worth using it here. Yeah, that's true too. The replay process is a bit difficult for that. But even with that replay process, you could probably still do some interesting plays.
You know my people hear their voices.
Like Rocho TK plays and things like that are actually pretty cool to watch. But then keeping that content up consistently to a good standard would be difficult as well, which is the kind of situation I'm in now. My next few YouTube videos, even I say they're not the greatest because I just don't have the decks
You're done
to continually make new kind of decks all the time.
Just like back in the
What will this do? Me deal 1 damage to all enemy
This
followers.
must be fate.
Well, that's actually put me in the worst spot possible. I should have thought about that. I can't return it.
How about this spell?
I can return one of my own though. I think we'll go that way. This way I don't lose as much. I can play Time Worn again. I think that was a good play. If we can draw another Piercing Rune, we'll have some pretty insane plays to follow. Return that. Cycle some stuff and
It's
play the other one.
knowledge I seek.
I find Shadow to be a pain.
You're nothing but a
They drag out games really easily against Tempo Rune.
Play?
Well, at least in my case, when dealing with Shadow.
love shines when all else fails.
No, I actually didn't even know about the game until I saw it on Steam under my recommended. And since I was already doing Hearthstone videos before I played Shadowverse, I played the AI battles. I hadn't even touched online, and I actually made a video of my first online game.
I'm just amazed.
I pretty much went straight
Who's
to
as
it.
old as dirt?
It won't be long now.
Alright, we get a free
It's
clear.
just like back in the old days. There.
Love surpasses death.
I think we'll draw. Alright. But yeah, I didn't even realize that it was a game until it came out on Steam. I've only been playing since, what's that, October? I think that's when it about come out. I think it was October.
Judgment for heretics like you.
Might have been September. I don't know, it was sometime around there. If you go back far enough in my YouTube channel, you'd see where my first set of Shadowverse videos are, and they weren't the best. They've definitely got better. And this is going to be shocking, isn't it? I can't kill that without trading Blade Mage. Yes, I can now. Thank God.
I'm all tuckered out.
Oop,
I'm
that
taking
was
you
my pen.
with me.
With your
It'll
lifeblood.
work this time, maybe.
Since they're so low on health, I think we can keep pushing it. Turn 8 is going to suck for me though, because this is Nep turn. They've already pushed me too far. The only hope I'm going to have is drawing Daria, playing it straight away, and getting something insane off it.
This world and the next are unchanging.
Yep. New Nep is coming. That's actually not too bad. They didn't get a clear without using these
I'll
holes.
show you.
We're just getting started.
Time to head home.
Yeah, the evolved mechanic seems to fit in pretty seamlessly.
Maybe, just maybe, this magic
I think I'm
will
dead.
help.
No, I'm not actually. That's surprising. I can afford to do that. 7, 8, 13. They need 3 more damage. I only need 2. So if they cannot kill me this turn, and I can draw into a Blade Mage or some combination of that, it'd be right. I can draw Daria, which could draw Blade Mage, or I can just draw Blade Mage straight out.
One little failure
Yes.
is nothing.
Actually, that is probably where I first heard about Shadowverse, now I think about it. I watched Crypt play it on one of his streams. That would have been about the same time it came out on Steam.
Let's do this right.
And I'm pretty sure I'm dead. I don't think there's anything that can actually push through that. No. Okay.
I'm through.
Couldn't push past those wards, and I didn't draw into a single thing that was actually going to be useful. Just become one of those days. I had a pretty good start, and now it's just rolling and rolling. I'll try Elena Control. I don't have any faith that this is actually going to do very well. Seraph variant is definitely a lot better, and I don't have any. So we just have to wait and see. The biggest attraction for this game for me though was definitely the artwork. They have some amazing artwork. I just wish you could get the raw artwork and use it for thumbnails and stuff. It's hard to find decent artwork.
Prepare for defeat.
Lucifer's a little early. They could please good in the front. Yeah, it is very 8-bit style. I never actually looked at that.
Pain awaken me.
This hand isn't too bad. The decrees work pretty well. The priest is pretty good.
Powerless. For now.
The only problem I'm gonna have is making it far enough. Is the frog worth playing? I don't think it is. I think we've just got to roll with it. That may be a mistake, not playing the frog.
I'm powerless.
And they've got a pretty ideal thing against my Haven. This is gonna suck. Beast Call is good, means I don't take damage. I can use the Priest, I can kill both of those for 2 damage to myself. And then I can just heal up.
I'm powerless. For now.
Yeah, that's the problem I had. Finding, oh my god, now I got 3 of them. Now this is not gonna end well. If I wait for Decree, I'm probably gonna die anyway.
Your evil deeds
No, if I wait for
end
Decree,
now.
I'm certainly gonna die anyway because that will pop open 6 damage.
You were done for.
I
can't
see
believe
your
that.
weakness.
Triple Urius.
What a cruel end.
Probably one of your most ideal hands when you're playing Blood. Yeah. Hand is absolutely killer.
Vania.
You
Now I just gotta deal with the Vania.
Now you made me angry. Go
That's gonna deal
Bloodhound.
a lot of damage.
No! Stop!
What in the...
So I'm gonna take 2 damage from the Vamp, 3 from that, 1 from Urius. Yeah. They have such an insane hand. There's nothing that I can counter that with. The Frog will pop for 3. I will take 1. That will leave them with 3 forward. Gotta work out how much damage they can actually deal me. That will gain 2. That will gain 4. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll be on exactly 6 health when I'll have 1 health left over by the end.
Apologies.
Let me ease your pain.
Now they just spam.
Stop! The real battle begins. Love
So
remedy
the only
by
chance is
light.
that they don't have anything in hand.
What a cruel end.
As long as they can't deal damage from their hand, I actually have a chance at healing back up.
Witness the power.
The odds of having something in hand is extremely high.
Stop!
Yep.
I envy you.
I never actually messed around much with Harnessed Glass, so it's hard for me to say much on that. I pretty much went straight into Bat because after I did a little looking around for beginner decks, Bat was pretty easy to build, pretty simple, and had some good damage, that's for sure. Oh, I just don't know what to play now. That is absolutely terrible. Arcane Concede. I played it on normal play and lost every single game. My sword decks really aren't good enough competitively. Mid-range Shadow isn't bad though. When I opened all my Rise of Bahamut packs, I pulled 3 Nep straight away. First thing I got. I was very happy getting 3 of those out of all the packs that they gave me, along with a couple other legendaries. I probably had 6 or 7 legendaries out of the 40 odd packs I think I opened at the start, which I was pretty happy with. Definitely a better ratio than things like Hearthstone.
Father, Father, come on. Come on, let's play together.
Take Two is not really a break for me. I'm absolutely shocking at Take Two. Oh. No, it was definitely lucky. It really helped me make those videos of all the new decks that have come out. Because I had a lot of things to start with. The only things I've never got are forest cards and dragon cards. Like, obviously I have a few, but not the things you actually need. I'd really love to play forest. Yeah, well, I probably haven't had a legendary in the last 10 to 15 packs I've opened. So I've just been opening them every day. I get about 1 to 2 a day, depending on the missions. And I've just been opening standard packs, so I didn't bother doing any videos. I just kind of opened them in my own time. And I've absolutely pulled nothing. So I think I used all my luck with the expansion and just have nothing. But the odds are still better than Hearthstone. Like, I've opened so many Hearthstone packs and nearly all the legendaries I have, I've either crafted or I think I've got a few from packs, but nowhere near as many as I've crafted. But this game it's the opposite. I've crafted maybe 2 legendaries. And the rest I got from other stuff. That's not worth playing. That's actually not. Trying to decide whether it's worth playing. I think it will be. Well, considering that can only hit face.
You gonna mess with me?
He's already over the hour mark.
I'll live again.
We might do a Take Two after this. But like I said, I'm not very good with them, so we'll just have to see how I go. But if I use this, I can pop that open, and I can use Soul Conversion. Open that one as well. Alright, I think that was a good play. Yeah. The legendary effects in this game are definitely a lot stronger, but I think that's pretty easily balanced out by the evolve mechanic. So it does, like you said, it's understandable, it makes sense to do it that way. Because with the evolve mechanic being pretty easy, you can trade very easily into other things. Alright, I don't want to kill that. Only thing I don't want to have to do, but I think I'm going to have to no matter what happens. That's not going to be worth it.
Feast upon me.
I'll just put pressure on him. Making it to turn 8, I've got some great plays. So we can go Necro Assassin plus Lurching Corpse, that's a double kill straight away. Undying Resentment will get another kill. And they're pretty much forced to keep trading, which is good for me.
This must be fate.
Consume me.
Probably the best way to trade that.
You gonna mess with me?
And since we don't need much to go for game.
I'm leaving.
Alright, I end up leaving.
I did it! I won!
Well, that breaks that pretty well, but we'll jump into a Take Two. We'll probably finish off this stream with the Take Two, so it's probably going to be another half an hour by the time I actually go through the Take Two. I don't like to make my streams too long. I also don't want to have them be super short, so I usually try and go between an hour and 2 hours. So I've got plenty of tickets, not an issue. I think sword.
I'll start preparing.
Actually, Did pretty terrible with sword though. What would you recommend? I'll go with whichever one you choose. I really don't know what to pick. I've had a terrible track record with sword. Shadow hasn't been much better, and I know that Rune isn't exactly very strong because it's hard to build something cohesive. It'll stay competitive. It is powerful, I've just had a bad track record, so I'll go with it. Straight off the bat. Damn it. The ambush isn't great, but this chick's pretty good. And the Odin is also quite good, especially since I can use it against things like Bahamut. God, what a choice. Do I take the 5 that's a good defense and probably better for the mid game, or take the Odin that actually has probably a better balance with the front lines? I don't know, it's hard. That's pretty useless, where that is actually useful, and those are probably close to even. It's just that's harder to play because it's an 8-drop. Jeez. I think we'll take the Odin. Just it's a little bit more versatile and I can use it a bit better. I don't know, I think I know what those do exactly and they work pretty well. Maid leader, vice captain. They're the 2 clinches here, so what do these add up to? Not as much as I'd like. Right, left. Oh. What would you say here? Vice captain is pretty good. You can play it for 2 and get a 3-2 ward. Maid leader is also quite good because you can mix it with the commanders. Going off the last thing left. Go with the left then. Well, these aren't great no matter how you look at it. I think the Art of Ninja gives me a little bit more options, and the ambush isn't bad, so I'll take those. Those are good if I can get some commanders to go along with them. Although she's not too bad either. That's not too bad. I need something in the higher range too. I was going to say Fencer, and this is probably the better play, but I'm going to take the Quick Blader just because it can mix with the Pompous Princess. Only reason. It's only good with neutrals. Not a bad ward, but this is a better clear. I need something to clear things, which works. I was worried I wouldn't get what I need. These actually aren't that good. Rounding Step is okay, but they aren't bad cards either. Well, now I'm stuck on what to choose here. I do like I said, Vice Captain, same as last time, is quite good, although Cyclone Blade is a good full board clear. That only leaves options between these 2. We've only got a few more picks, about halfway. We'll see how we go. This guy isn't too bad. I've got an okay amount of low drops for now. Yeah. Give all officers +1. It's hard to find a spot where that's... well, they do the exact same. Then the only problem is going to be picking, do I want the Vanguard for a 1-drop or the Thief for a 3-drop? I'm already running 5 3-drops. so I can afford to run the Vanguard. Vanguard also mixes quite well with Pompous Princess. And then it only comes down to, that's not really worth it in comparison to this for the body. I combo this better. Hard. I always find it hard to pick a lot of time. Fanfare, give +1 to a +1 follower. For 1. Do I need the high cards or the low cards, do you reckon? The lows aren't too bad, but the highs aren't bad either because of Sage Commander. But getting a second opinion on most picks never hurt, so we'll see. High cards, yep. We have got an alright amount of low cards, I guess, which makes sense. Advent Blade is quite good. And Giant Slayer will come in very handy, where the Art and Quick Blader probably won't. But I'm gonna pick those. We're already running 2 Quick Bladers, which is alright because we're only on 1 Pompous, so we can pretty much pull off that. Wow, these are not great. I don't like the draw 3 cards. It's too high a cost for what it is. It's not a bad amulet, and the Goblin isn't a bad card. We'll take those. The Lancer is okay at this point because we've got an alright build with Rush. Two Steelclad Knight, so we can get double out of the 4-drop. The Giant Slayer is pretty. The problem I always have is hitting the high cards, and here's going to be a big problem. Last pick, Lucifer may be a legendary, but White Paladin is an insane defensive. And Frontlines isn't a bad card either for a 1-drop that you can just play. But Outlaws Command is amazing, and Lucifer is very versatile. So I'll take that. I can afford to take the higher drop. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The other cards weren't bad, but I think, yeah, the Aldors and Lucifer really are going to be helpful. Lucifer will either be a 4 heal or a 4 damage, depending on the evolve. And the Aldor's Command being a ward and 3 damage isn't good. Not like these decisions matter too much in life though, that's the big thing. If I lose, I lose. I've still never made 5 straight wins.
You must die.
But we'll see.
Allow me to prove myself.
We'll drop the Blader and drop the weapon because I don't really need them necessarily. And we draw 6 drops. Yay! At least we have a 1-drop. And now we have a 2-drop.
I'll lead the charge.
Don't hurt me.
Now, do I play this guy just for the damage?
Time to shine.
They're picking on me.
I think we do.
Never touch Amelia.
I could have probably got away with playing anything else, but if I hadn't have played him and they end up flooding the board, I could get pretty screwed pretty quickly. Yeah. Building the tempo is important. I can clear things with this.
Fate binds
Good.
us all.
I think we just keep the tempo up, keep the board empty, deal damage, till we can play some more cards. Having those 2 6-drops, they're good 6-drops, it's not easily playable. So I really want to play the Maid with the Commander in play and clear their board. Which actually, against Fairies, that's a pretty good matchup.
One more time now.
I think because we've got an alarm, we'll just trade.
Amelia.
I can drop Advent Blader, which is good. 3, 4, 5 plus 2 draws. And its evolve is a 5/6.
You
Which
won
is
this
like well.
game.
Okay.
Hey, let's
Can you
play.
use it for a trade or?
Live long,
Here it is.
Amelia.
We'll keep that.
He's right behind me.
Bad. I don't think we need to trade yet. I was tempted to face before. I don't know. This is gonna be interesting.
How much is in it for me?
1, 2, 3.
A lot of times if I don't trade, I lose anyway. So I think trading was pretty worthwhile. Surprised we didn't see an evolve there. The quick blader plus the forge weapon, that gets me 2 clears. Although the sword maid also clears, so that's probably the better play here.
Fair warning. This whip stings.
Got Advent Blader as a commander.
This wasn't worth
I need to just keep controlling because the odds of them having a Roach Fairy combo in Arena is fairly low. I'm not too worried about that. If I can just play out everything.
Try this water.
That's annoying. The Quick Blader plus 1 isn't enough. Quick Blader plus Forge Weapon gives me 3, which is a good trade.
Let's speed things up.
Yeah, we'll go that way. I can give that to all allied officers, which I have, what, 2 of, so... Keep the tempo. Boost that for now. I just want to keep this tempo up. Dance of Death is great because I can use it to kill anything. That's pretty random, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. See? Dance of Death makes a perfect trade.
You're done for.
They can't kill the
I guard
6/6.
over the wilds.
I pretty much drop Dance of Death plus
Should have been quicker.
Maid. I was going to drop Maid, but Thief is a little better. And we'll keep our board even.
On my royal blood. Follow my lead.
Snap, come on.
I want to try and... The only problem is I want to keep the board clear. Every single time I go up against a deck, I get smashed because I do face too much. That's my problem. I think in the situation we're in here, there's not much they can do to win.
Make haste.
It's not
Sleipnir.
impossible,
The
just it's more
battlefield's
unlikely.
ours.
Because if they evolve Odin and trade, which they didn't do anyway, so they lose. Bro.
Have faith. Follow my lead.
Whoa, you're strong.
Alright, I don't think that was too bad.
The pleasure was all mine.
The other problem is with the delay between Twitch streaming and some of your comments, it makes it hard to do everything as well. But I think my plays weren't too bad. Yours probably still would have been alright. But your help with the deck, I think, definitely helped with picks. That's for sure. Plus, at least we're off to a good start. Yeah, it is pretty easily 10 to 15 seconds. Oh.
You must die. Stand back. I have this covered.
Well of Destiny. At the start of your turn, give +1 to a random allied follower. Not bad if I can get it out. I think we'll just keep Well of Destiny. Getting it out is quite good. Plus, we are going first.
Let's speed things up. Too slow.
Cursed General can come up with some weird plays if you get it out. Alright, so now we get Well of Destiny.
Too slow.
Alright, this will be quite good. Them not having a turn 1 makes a big difference to this board. Was quite a good hand, that's for sure. I don't want to trade. But if I don't trade, they're going to trade into me anyway.
My ally is justice. Too slow.
I don't want to take any chances. Plus, I should get a boost with this well, actually, will I? Yeah, because it's random allied follower, so it's not limited to officers. Good. I will get a boost. Cursed General doesn't let me play himself. At the end of your turn, give one random allied officer. If I play the Cursed General and hit face, the Cursed General will die to the evolve, but they will lose their player. So I think we're pretty safe to play it.
I'll handle this, madam.
My mission is complete.
You are done for. Blood is redder than roses.
It's a pity, but not too bad. I can't afford to take that. I've also got Lucifer, which is a good card. The only problem now is how I play the rest of this hand. If I drop Sage Commander, I'll probably only have to drop it to evolve and trade, which I don't really want to do. Alright. We use the Goblin.
Armor weapons more. I like it. Give me that.
Such insolence.
Alright, for now this isn't too bad. I'm a little worried that these amulets are going to clog my board up. Yeah. I was thinking of playing it, but the Goblin trade was a little bit better. Yeah. If I can use the Sage Commander with even just one card and get a little bit out of it, I'll be happy.
Your service.
Alright, they hit face.
be
They're going to
long
use that to trade. Damn it.
I'll save you all.
Expected something like that. The only real draw is... yeah, so now it's going to be tempo.
It won't be long now.
But if we can force them to use their final evolve and go into Lucifer,
Regroup.
I can use Lucifer for draw. I did want to use him as his evolve, but if I can just use him to heal up, that's still good. It also has 6-7 body, so it's good tempo. And we still got forged weaponry.
You're safe with me, Captain.
It backfired.
Pretty good trade. Oh, that's actually too good to pass up.
Ready, youngling.
Too good to pass that up.
Blimey.
Especially considering he's gonna burst out with 2 knights. Which will both get boosted by, well, sorry. Well, one of them will get boosted.
Your service. Ah!
So they're trying to probably decide, do they evolve here? That's a question. Can use that. I could kill off the board. I would like to play Lucifer. And the problem is Lucifer pretty much dies to the board anyway,
May
but
all life
I think
prosper.
we'll take
No
it.
one gets past me.
Glory.
We've had a few good things. The only problem I'm worried about is they have a full hand. Well, not a full hand, but a massive hand. But their outs to my cards are a lot higher than my outs to theirs.
Raise your blade.
Like, look at that, that's 5. Evolve it, kill Lucifer for pretty much nothing.
Ahead.
Alright, now they get to kill Lucifer for nothing. That's the kind of move I was worried about.
Unjust.
Because now I'm kind of out of options.
Colonel Admiral Monica reporting for
At
duty.
your service.
Think. That way, the only way they can deal with it is through an evolve. This will be interesting.
Make haste,
Odin,
slave leader.
wow.
The battlefield's ours.
This is what I was worried about. I was worried about getting completely swept by whatever they had in their hand. I think that's what's going to happen here.
I live to serve.
I can kill the Odin.
My loyalty is ironclad. A true warrior of Valhalla.
That's it. They just have so many good options. Hopefully they're starting to exhaust what they have, but I don't reckon they are.
This is the greatest honor.
Jesus. Definitely right about it. There's nothing more I can do, really. Gotta hope that maybe I can pull something off here. We picked Odin at the start, I'm pretty sure, so that's an option, but
You
I'm
wouldn't.
dead to that evolving, so even Odin's not going to save me. Alright. Nothing I could do.
I should have foreseen this.
Even with an alright starting hand, some insane top decks, they just had the better cards. I don't think there was a lot that would have made a difference to that match. Alright, we're going to be halfway there. I think if we had to draw on the Aldous, we could have probably survived another turn, but it's just not much. There wasn't
You
much
must
there.
die.
There really wasn't.
Is fighting and despair all you know?
If I take, yeah, I can take the double quick blader and now Drew Van. Wow. Okay, so Pompous Princess will be useless. Completely and utterly useless. Not that this hand's too bad, especially against Haven, where I can pretty much swarm the board. But Pompous Princess is now useless. If I play it, it gets no bonus. So I'd only be playing it as a body. Which, if I actually draw it for a 2-drop, it might not be a bad body.
Let's speed
I
things
can't
up.
afford not to
Too
deal
slow.
damage. Yeah. Having the 3 is good, but the only problem with Haven is they can easily clear things with low health. Having the 2 and 1 and 1 is good, especially with the forged weaponry. Giving that a solid boost. Even better since they can't do anything turn 1, but
Let's speed
I'm
things
just worried they're going to have a good way to clear.
Too slow.
No!
We can make it to Sage Commander and keep the board. You're laughing, but I doubt we'll make it that far with it. And then I've got to think about what to boost. Probably boost the Quick Blader. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Forge Weaponry to a Quick Blader, because that's going to keep its health. That's not bad either. If I trade here, Not gonna make much difference.
Too slow. Time to shine.
Pushing the damage is better. If I traded, I don't think it would have made much difference. I can use the Palace Fencer to clear most things probably with low health totals. And we're only a few turns off the Sage Commander at this point.
Should have been quicker.
At night's good.
I live to serve.
Too slow.
My
Time to
loyalty
shine.
is ironclad.
I think I just keep pushing. Even with the 3 here for the trade, I still should have a good board. I'll either play something and trade with the Evolve, or they'll trade the 1-1. They're their 2 real options. Provided they don't have the insane 4-drop. Bloody the Priest. He'll absolutely cane me. Priest will banish, trade, and still survive. And yeah, the top deck was really good. It really did help. With the amount of time they're spending thinking, I have a feeling like they don't. Yeah, they didn't have anything else, which is good.
High spirits are the best spirits.
Now it's a matter of where do they trade. They went straight for the 3. Makes it harder for me to actually kill them. I still win, actually. If they don't have anything else, I win. That's no worry. Because this gives me +2,
Done for.
and the Fencer gives me +1.
My ally is justice. Time to shine.
For his majesty yourself.
I envy you.
Yep, very easy game, Lethal. I think the bigger factor was they had nothing for like 3 turns, and then still had no answer to the board on turn 4. What's that? 2? Yeah, 2 out of 5 ain't bad so far. I think my average is approximately 3 out of 5, so I'll wait and see if we can do any better.
You must die.
This one's for my family.
Okay, I don't like those at all. Quick Blader I like, but that's it. And this actually isn't too bad. Quick Blader turn 1, Thief turn 3, and Courageous Knight turn 4 is a nice little curve. If I can get something for turn 2, which should be pretty easy to do considering I'm going to draw 3 cards between then. Should be pretty good. And there's a turn 2. And the Odin will come in handy later. So as long as they don't have an absolutely like crazy hand, do okay.
I'm on
And
my
we've
way,
got turn 6.
princess.
Too slow.
A harsh master.
Okay. I think we'll keep that. We'll just keep playing the way we were planning to.
This is gonna hurt. Princess.
Okay. The wrong option.
Time to pay the piper.
Should have picked the other one and traded with that. Then I wouldn't have got the draw. The princess is quite good because I can use it as a trade material. That or I just push everything. I can kind of see why, but I like sometimes you want to keep your board spread out a little evenly. The only thing I'm worried about is Pompous throwing Vanguard.
I'll lead the charge.
The one card I was actually worried about. The only reason I wouldn't do this and trade is slightly better than the other option. Plus, I've got the extra evolve point.
Sorry, you want time to shine.
You're good.
I think I made the right choice. The only thing that really hurts me is going to be Newt, which I don't think can pull off it because it needs 6 to pull it off. That's going to hurt quite bad too.
Be gone.
Okay.
Such
Not the
insolence.
worst. Certainly isn't the worst. I can... Not really use... I think we just use Ninja Art. Or we'll summon a knight, evolve it, trade. We'll do it that way.
Admiral Monica, reporting
At
for duty.
your service.
It won't be long now.
I'll save you all.
I was just gonna use art,
Me
but
too slow.
art will be better if I can use it for Ninja Master because it's basically a free 4 damage off the ambush. I would like to save Cursed General and Courageous Knight to go together for turn 8 if possible, but I don't know.
Should have focused.
Deal 2 damage to an enemy, follow off 1. I think now we use it. Tempted to throw the evolve. I think we will,
It all
just in
ends
case.
here.
There's no time for
I
you
think
to
I can afford to
slow.
do that because I've got Odin as well. And like I said, the Cursed General plus the Courageous Knight is 4 damage on its own. And they've used all their evolve already, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. It's a little annoying. I want to be able to play something. I think I'm going to go with the
I
Knight.
live to serve. My loyalty is ironclad.
Alright. I didn't want to trade. I didn't want to lose the 4-3. I'd rather they traded into it. It could have been the wrong move, but I think Odin kind of makes up for that.
Pierced.
You wouldn't.
Not what I really want to do, but that quick blade art kind of makes up for it. I think I do this.
Sleipnir, the battlefield's ours.
Either way, I'm going to lose the same amount of
For
stuff.
His Majesty, this is the greatest honor.
I think on if they can kill me or not. I don't think it'll be easy to play. I wanted to lower the 5-3 a little bit. I probably should have pushed that extra damage to face, but we'll just see. Having that on 3 makes it a little easier to kill if I have to use some form of combination. And I wanted to get rid of the ward so I could hit the face damage. Just a matter of whether I misplayed not killing the 5-6. First General can give anything, any of my officers storm. If I draw into anything low, I can pretty much push the game. I make it to turn 10, Cursed General plus Sword Whip made is 5 damage on its own. Gotta make it that far. We'll see if that was too greedy or just greedy enough. That's gonna be the important part. By the way they're thinking, I'd say I made the right play. Okay.
Should have been quicker.
You wouldn't.
Jeez, that was a weird way to do that. Because now I win.
Let's speed
speed things up. The god of war is here reigns.
You're a solid fighter.
The pleasure was all mine.
Yeah. I think I got lucky because he didn't trade into the Odin. If he had to trade into the Odin, it would have been a lot harder to go for that. You're definitely right though, that was a greedy play doing it that way. I'm just lucky it paid off.
You must die! Mother, father, come on!
I don't like that at all. I don't know. If I drop all of that, I don't think I have a choice though. What do you say? If I drop everything... yeah. I think Odin and Lucifer cost too much. I've got 30 odd seconds left, so I've got plenty of time. It's so hard. If I keep Giant Slayer, it's a good bit of damage, but my final game and I'd like to win for 4. Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to drop all of it. At least I got the goblin, so it's solid. I wasn't sure whether keeping one of the 8s was going to be worth it long term, and we drew Lucifer anyway, so
Got me feeling hungry.
I suppose that works.
I like
Not too
Give me
bad.
that.
Only works on officers though, so it's not going to work on the goblin, but it will work on the knight. Okay, can't hit that because it's ambushed anyway.
I like
Actually got a pretty good hand now. I can drop the knight. One of them will be boosted.
Upon me.
Allied force. So I can actually use that to my
I
advantage.
live to serve. My loyalty is ironclad.
You are done for.
And get rid of the 2/2 just so it doesn't
Firearms,
easily
steel
trade.
yourself.
Alright. Kinda wish they had went to the other guy. But I suppose either way.
Time to go a little while.
Oh, really? Cerberus. All things for them to have.
Take the souls of millions
So-
at a rise.
Yeah, I was curious on where they were going to trade. If I pull the commander out here, it'll summon a knight. I can evolve it. It'll deal 4 damage. I think this will work.
Admiral Monica, reporting for
At your service.
If I use it, sorry, it'll deal 3 damage exactly, so that'll actually work out pretty
It
well.
won't be long now. Wow, you're wide open. Sorry,
Steel yourself.
I think that was okay. It kind of sucks that the quick blader didn't, well, not the quick blader, the knight didn't get boosted. Yeah, I think they're cute, but they are quite strong, so it is annoying. And they get a nice trade into the 5. Not the biggest deal though. I can quite easily turn this game. I'll keep the Lucifer Evolve combo for 4, I think, and then just be able to push out from here.
You're safe with me.
No one gets past me.
If I can just whittle them down to 4, I can guarantee the game. I suppose that is very true.
Give your life.
Want to play?
I just need enough damage.
Consumed.
So we're gonna see how this goes.
Blimey.
I failed you, my Jarl.
That healing is not good. You gain that off that, right? Whenever another allied follower is destroyed. Or 2. Alright. There's more than one way I can do this. And I think I'm gonna push it this way.
Servant.
Let's speed things up. Suppose I'll take that. Let's speed things up.
I wanted to save the evolve for Lucifer because he's 4 damage, but I think I really need to kill this thing. Clear the board off and start from scratch. So if I evolve that, I get to draw a card off his kill. And then I get to kill that, but then that's got better stats. I think I'll keep the
It
2.
all ends here.
I would have loved to have saved it for Lucifer, it's just not going to work out.
Raise your
Too
blade.
slow, too slow. Should have been quicker.
I'll live again.
At least then I can play these 2, which isn't too bad either. This also has rush, so I probably could have thought that out a little bit better.
Time to pay the piper.
The sea breeze stings.
Okay. I could drop loose for nothing.
May all life prosper and be blessed.
Glory.
Yeah, you're right, healing is never bad. I just would have liked to have used him for damage. He's a good body though. Ah, all cards.
This fate is unjust.
This is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with now. Ah, dear. Alright. This should work out. He kills it. It'll summon 2 of those.
Stop flinging such filthy magic.
Alright, they finally got rid of the amulet.
At your service.
Wow. That sort of move I did not expect. And that is pretty ideal actually.
The battlefield's ours. My ally is justice. No one gets past
We'll
me.
trade one.
No one gets past me.
Stops the Odin being easily traded into. That play was pretty insane. Coming off them having an insane play and then me being able to pretty much wipe the board to a point where it's going to be hard to come back from. They have to have something else equally as insane. Alright, that's not... Oh well. That being a ward makes this a lot more difficult. I'm thinking what I could draw. At least that will get a bonus.
You'll never touch Amelia.
I'm on my way, princess.
If I take this trade, I'm going to lose both Odin and the 2-1. If I don't trade, I'm still going to lose Odin. It doesn't really make much difference.
A true warrior.
Either way, I'm going to lose it. For a final game this close, wow. You've got to be kidding. What are the odds of Arena drafting double Cerberus?
It's the pits for you.
Live long, Amelia.
Princess,
Now this is going to be a lot more difficult.
tear the shreds.
Ninja Master will give me something. Page Commander is the only tempo. Yes, 2 doggos. That's right. I just can't believe what the odds of that is. Like, I know I drafted 2 legendaries, but they were different and they were both neutral. They've drafted both Shadowverse legendaries. Oh, sorry, Shadowcraft legendaries. Both are Cerberus. Probably one of the more overpowered ones that they could draft for the arena. And now they've got to decide whether they want to hit this or whether they want to do something else. Wow, and they pulled off something high as that. At least they don't have any evolves left. And then no doubt we'll see a Dark Angel. That'd be hilarious. Oh my god. Now it doesn't matter what I kill. And I'm screwed. Because that's what, yeah. Alright. Nothing I can do. Gonna get caned.
I should have foreseen this.
What a game though. Back and forward, over and over and over for the final game. At least we still beat the odds and made 3 out of 5. Now we can claim the reward. I mainly only do this for the packs. 70 gold's pretty good though. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna save the gold. I don't know when my missions are available either. They're like another hour. I'm not gonna hang out here that long, so I'll probably just do those when they become available on my tablet and I'll just do them through that. Well, I went to the completely wrong spot and that was useless of me. The last game was definitely good. It was very close. If they didn't pull a double Cerberus, they would have had a lot more trouble dealing with what I had on board. Alright, let's see. Huh. First legendary I've pulled in a while. This has been, I would quote, the best stream I've done so far. So, that's pretty good. At least we're ending on a high note with the legendary. So, I'd like to thank you again for the donation, and I'd like to thank you for hanging out for the whole thing. Like, that's amazing. You're the only one who's hung out here for the whole thing so far. So I think we'll end it off there. Obviously, if you want to check out more content, I have content every day. I probably will stream tomorrow. It's going to be probably more likely than not likely. So, that'll probably be the case. And for anyone on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.